Hey there guys, we're taking a look at Outlast 2 running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now this is currently running at 1080p with the lowest possible settings, and the performance is not amazing. It's pretty consistent though. The averages of 52 are not bad, but the 1% lows of 36 kind of show that the game is struggling here and there, but for the most part it's going to keep a consistent frame rate. Honestly speaking, if you don't have a frame counter, you will have a tough time really noticing any major issues while playing this game. You can certainly get away with playing the entirety of it at 1080p. It's a fine enough experience, and especially for a game like this where it is a single player game, more story focused, it's really more about going through and unraveling a mystery. The FPS being high is not necessarily as important as having it just be consistent, and that's what happens here. It does have a very consistent level of performance. You can tell that by the 1% lows and by the frame times. Those are really going to be the biggest indicators of consistent performance here. And really that's the biggest takeaway that I want you guys to get out of this, that the biggest indicators of how a game is going to perform is the 1% lows and the frame times. Averages don't really mean anything. You have to pay attention to those 1% lows and those frame times, because those are painting the picture to you on what the performance is actually going to be like. Because a game with a lot of frame time inconsistency is pretty much telling you that there is going to be a lot of fluctuation in how it's performing. So you're going to feel that while playing the game. You're going to feel the stutters where it might just take longer for certain frames to render than others. And a lot of the times you will see situations where the averages look really good, but the frame times are going to be all over the place. Now here you see that they are smooth, they are consistent, and overall you are going to get an enjoyable experience. You will only occasionally see moments where things spike up. But of course, if you want the absolute smoothest experience possible in this game, you can drop things down to 720p. As you could see here, the performance is just pretty consistent. Now I have VSync off, but for some reason the game just refused to go above 60 FPS. I really don't know why. It doesn't really matter for this kind of game. If we're hitting these numbers, that just means we're having a really good experience, and also the refresh rate of the screen on this laptop is only 60 Hz anyway. But as you can see, the biggest uplift is of course in those 1% lows, and that's letting you know we are having the most rock solid consistent experience possible in this game. And while it feels nicer to play than 1080p did, it's not so drastically different that I would say that you have to play it like this. So if the 1080p resolution is what matters the most to you, you can just set it and you're going to have a decent enough time. You are more than likely not going to have any issues whatsoever. But if you're trying to go for maximum smoothness here, then 720p is the way to go. But anyways, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.